Welcome back to Some Offense Intended. I'm Jeremy Robinson.
I am Mike Mick.
This is number 3 for today.
Number 3.
Well, or technically number 2, how we used to do it.
Yeah. Lucky number 3.
That's not a thing.
No.
Like third time's the charm, but it's
not.
Anybody,
any number can be somebody's lucky number.
Well, yeah, but you said it like it's a saying.
No.
Pretty sure you said it like it's a saying.
It's not. Well, the whole lucky number and then a number, that's a saying.
Yeah.
But usually it's not lucky number 7
or everybody was lucky number 13.
Yeah. Speaking of that, I don't know if you ever saw the Faces of Death videos.
I've seen maybe 1 or 2.
I saw part of one. Matter. I didn't really watch it all, but there was one where the guy had just gotten, now this is an old video because the guy had just gotten a camcorder for graduation as a gift. He just graduated college. And he decided to use his graduation present to record himself bungee jumping off the building.
Off a building?
Oh, yeah. Which is not smart, because,
No, because it goes down. That's why people choose bridges, because there's no wall.
Well, he also didn't factor in that since 13 is considered an unlucky number, and a lot of buildings skip floor 13.
So his bungee miscalculated the
length. So
holy shit.
And it was nice that he had it all saved on his college graduation present.
Holy shit.
Yeah. You hear him yell as he realizes that
that he was skidding down the side of the building?
That he was about to hit the ground, that the bungee was not going to stop him. But even if it did, he was going to come back up to that building. You don't. He was going to, he was going to spring back towards it,
No, 100%. If the bungee didn't pull him back, because if you jump out too far, it'll pull you back and just, you'll Tom and Jerry on the side of that motherfucker.
But
and then still slide down to the bottom.
He didn't do that.
Wow.
And he was by his feet, so he went head first into the pavement.
Okay, I have many questions. I only have 2.
They didn't have the video up there. They just had the camera down there, and you could see, and you hear him, and then,
he wasn't holding it when he jumped.
No.
That makes it a little better. Or worse.
They're recording him doing it, like, check this shit out so we can show it off later.
So that wasn't one of the questions. I still have 2.
All right.
When you bungee jump.
Yeah.
I haven't been, but I would imagine.
A lot of times they do it off a crane, They used to do it at circus in Vegas.
Or bridges.
Yeah, but I'm just saying there's some places.
Like here's something tall that you can tie off to, whatever. When you bungee jump, the physics behind it and the calculations of how long your bungee is supposed to be isn't supposed to be so you can bite a piece of grass off the fucking ground at the lowest point.
No. And it's also not supposed to be so you completely hit the ground and then go back.
That's right, but that's my point. Is like, how bad is he? Because clearly he didn't get a mathematics degree.
No. Well, the thing is he didn't even go back up. Like it was so long that when he hit the ground, he just stayed down there.
Yeah. So he clearly didn't get a fucking math degree.
No.
Who did the calculations?
They calculated the floors, but they calculated a 13th floor.
Right. So that's 10 feet.
Yeah.
10 to 20 feet.
I don't know.
Even with a 10 to 20 foot shorter, with it being a bungee, he still would have fucking smacked his forehead.
Oh, yeah. And that probably wouldn't have felt good.
No, he'd have gone back up with part of his skull missing.
Yeah. Part of the brain probably still sitting down there, too.
Holy shit.
I saw something else where, I still can't even believe it. I saw a video of this one, and I still don't know what the hell these people were thinking. They did what they called a reverse bungee. Yeah, I know. You're looking at me like, what the fuck does that mean? Well, the person had jumped, and then they took and
they slungshot him up.
And of course, they went straight for the platform, hit shoulder right into the platform.
No shit, because that's where it's tied to.
Yeah, that's called physics. Yeah, and they smacked into it, broke their shoulder. It was,
What?
Yeah, I know. Idiocracy seems closer and closer all the time.
I'm pretty sure we're in it.
Yeah, we just don't realize it.
especially with like the vitamin water shit. Why would you think it's healthy?
Because you
What?
call it vitamin water.
Say the name out loud. I know I've said this on here before, but like then look at Gatorade. It's electrolytes. Yes, it has electrolytes, but it also has everything else that's fucking horrible for you.
Yeah. I saw a guy talking about these different energy drinks and what's in those energy drinks and why you shouldn't drink them.
Yeah, like,
He's like
3 times the amount of cyanide.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I heard that. I'm like, wait, 3 times the amount of cyanide we're supposed to take. Last I checked, we weren't supposed to be taking cyanide.
Well, you're not supposed to take any, but there's certain limits that's okay for the human body if you consume them daily, and it's not going to cause an issue.
But he's like, yeah, don't. He said a couple of them not to have.
Celsius was the first one.
Celsius, and then there was another, and then he's like,
that guy's Gary Brecka.
Have this one instead. Yeah. So see, I don't drink any of them, so I'm all right.
A lot of the things that's weird about that, and almost any food regulations, if not all food regulations in the U.S. compared with other countries, is in the U.S. we base stuff off of
acceptable levels.
A single dose lethal potency.
Yeah.
It doesn't have that, so it's fine. Other countries, I'm not going to say all other countries because I don't know, but I know many other countries do it based off of a cumulative dosage.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if you know this or not, a lot of those things kind of stay.
Yeah.
Like they don't just leave, or if they do, they take a while.
Yeah. So if you still have it from today, tomorrow you're just going to have more.
Yeah, it stacks and then can make it stay longer.
Yeah.
Just like if you drug test for weed, depending on how much and how often you smoke, it'll take longer for it to get out of your system than for somebody who doesn't smoke and smoked one time.
Yeah.
So it's like that. But other countries, like I think most of Europe and some of Asia uses a cumulative, I think across either a couple months or a year or some shit.
Yeah.
So that's why a lot of the substances are banned in other countries and not here, is because they're like, nah, it's not enough to fuck you up. Like, yeah, in this one. But if you have fucking 10 of them in a week, what's it going to do?
Well, how about the people we know of that start the day off with 2 energy drinks?
I used to do that.
Yeah. But I mean, there's one person we know in particular would walk up the table, immediately open 2 Red Bulls and drink 2 Red Bulls, one after the other. I always thought that's the way your day. How bad is your day? That's the way you're starting.
I think it's been almost a month since I've had energy drinks. I feel great. Like caffeine takes a while to hit me, and it's weird anyway. Of like it makes it feel like normal. Because like I've smoked for almost 17 years now.
Yeah.
Like used nicotine for 17 years. I stopped smoking a while ago and was vaping, and now I'm using pouches again. So like nicotine raises your blood pressure and pulse a little bit.
Yeah.
To like, it feels normal to me. It's definitely not normal because it's like 80 or 85 most of the time. And I can feel my blood pressure's a little high. And then when I stopped doing nicotine for like the 3 or 4 months, like 6 months ago, 8 months ago, of my heart rate was normally in the 60s, which is good. And my blood pressure was fantastic. But often it would get to the point where it's like, something feels wrong. Yeah. Like, what's wrong? I'm like, oh, because for the last more than a decade, I have had a level up here, and now I'm here where it's supposed to be. So something feels so different that your body's like, hey, fix this right now.
Yeah.
So a lot of it's that, of like, you don't feel normal until you have X amount of whatever drug.
Yeah. Well, some people get headaches when they don't have their caffeine.
Yeah, because caffeine, sugar, and nicotine are 3 of the hardest things to fucking stop.
See, like I used to get Dunkin' Donuts coffee on the way to work almost every day. Actually, every day. Even sometimes on my days off, I'd drink Dunkin' Donuts iced coffee. But the thing is when I stopped drinking Dunkin' Donuts iced coffee, I didn't have any headaches or anything. I was fine.
Well, I mean, it's not an everybody thing.
I know. Like, I'm just saying, in my case, because people are like, "Oh, once you stop, you're gonna." I'm like,
yeah, I don't think I got headaches. Like, I still drink tea kind of often, but definitely not as much as I was drinking energy drinks, and I didn't get headaches.
But I've never been an energy drink person.
When I stopped sugar, I didn't have sugar headaches, sugar issues. Like nicotine's for sure the hardest thing that I've ever fucking tried to stop.
See, when I quit smoking, I just stopped. But yeah, for years, I would have dreams where I'm smoking cigarettes in the dreams.
Hmm.
And in the dream, I'd be rationalizing why I'm smoking.
Wow.
Yeah. And like one time, a couple times, I had a dream where I was smoking in the dream, and I realized it was a dream because I looked and I was like, that's not my brand. Yeah. And plus, I hadn't smoked in a long time. So, but
Can you read in your dreams?
yeah,
Apparently, that's not a typical thing.
because I could read the label of the.
That's why I asked.
But
I thought maybe based off of colors or something, but I guess normally the part of your brain that reads, that can process text and into thought, is busy, not included in the dream state, not whatever. Like a lot, if not most people, can't read when they're in dreams.
yeah, I'd heard that someplace, and I was I didn't make sense to me because I've read in
I've
dreams.
for sure read in dreams.
Like, but yeah, I haven't had one of the cigarette dreams in a long time now.
That's good.
It
Congratulations.
stopped happening like 2 or 3 years ago.
Oh, for that long?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
It would just randomly happen. I just have a.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, you're gonna have one tonight because you talked about it.
Actually, I'll probably have a server dream. Most people who wait tables.
I started servers. Thinking of like network servers at first, and I'm like, what kind of fucking dream is that? Wow.
Yeah, a lot of people who wait tables and stuff, they have server dreams, and in those dreams,
and dementia episodes,
everything goes wrong.
And dementia episodes. Did I tell you about that?
No.
The neighbor in Vegas. I haven't told you that.
No.
Oh, that's a great fucking story.
Let me just so like okay. When you're having your server dream, like sometimes you can be at the computer trying to ring things in. Every bit of food you're trying to get isn't going to make it out. You're not making it back to your section. Everybody's angry, and that's another instance where I can tell you that I've read in my dream because I could read the food orders that I'm trying to put in, or you can't even find your order sheet that has the table's food on it. I mean, it's just
wow.
Yeah, everything goes wrong on a server.
That sounds fantastic.
Yeah.
So
I still get those every once in a while.
So at what point would that become a nightmare? Is it a nightmare just because it's so stressful in the dream?
It's kind of, yeah.
Okay.
I've never had a dream about my current job.
I don't think I have either, which is really fucking nice.
It's good, yeah.
Really good.
Because it's usually a stress dream that'll come out.
Yeah. I honestly don't remember many of the dreams that I've had recently, which is really weird.
I've had some weird ones, but
like sometimes I'll remember like the last 5 minutes of the dream, of like time dilation included, of like the inside the dream, the last 5 minutes of interaction. And then unless I write it down or like continue thinking about it, it's gone.
Yeah, that happens to me quite a bit. For a while, I'll be thinking about it for a little bit. And then if I stop, it's gone. It doesn't come back again. But I've had some like dreams where I've been, which isn't going to sound funny, but I've actually had a dream where I was a pro wrestler. And I was
What was your name?
That never actually came up in the dream. Just the match came up.
I'll do it again.
I'll try.
I want to know what your pro wrestler name would be.
There used to be an app that I could look it up, and it would give.
You could look your dreams up?
No, you could look up a pro wrestler name. You put in your name, and it gives you a pro wrestler
Well,
name.
I mean, that's just like what would your Star Wars name be? And it's take this many from your first name, this many from your last name.
No, you type in your name, and
flop.
It gives you a name.
That's my point.
Yeah, but it wasn't like your porn name or whatever.
Oh, but if you type your name in fucking 5 different times, it's going to give you 5 different answers.
No, it always gave me the same answer.
That's weird.
Yeah.
I've never seen one do that.
Yeah, this one did. And the example name was always Terry Boulay.
Terry Boulay.
Yeah, because they'd be like, put in your name and as an example. Yeah, because that's Hulk Hogan's real name.
I never knew that.
Yeah, well, now you do.
I think I knew it was Terry, but I definitely didn't know. I'm assuming it's spelled like mullet, but with a B.
That's Boulay. Bolle or something like that.
Oh, like the bocce balls.
Yeah.
And there's some company that does something. I don't remember what the fuck it does.
But he was pretty successful at one time.
Obviously.
I saw him in person in Vegas one time.
I don't think I've ever seen him.
He was signing autographs at TriStar. I also saw Ric Flair there. I got Ric Flair's autograph.
Nice.
Yeah.
On a samurai sword?
No, a picture. I didn't have a samurai sword.
Oh, well, missed out.
If I had a samurai sword and I saw Randy Jackson, of course I would get his autograph on it.
Yeah, you have to. So the dementia episode of being a server, when I lived in Vegas, 2 doors up from me was this guy named Lee and his wife. I don't remember her name. I worked on his car many, many times. That's where I got my 1911 was payment for working on his car.
That, yeah.
He gave me a fuckload of stuff out of his garage that I sold a lot of, like turned in a shitload of records. It was like $300 at Zia. That's how many. I'm not sure if you know the exchange rate for records. That's how many records there were. So it was a lot, and I still kept a lot of shit. And like I'm still selling some of the books and like all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
So his wife was getting kind of up there in age, and also had a drinking problem. So mixed drinking with a little bit of memory issues. When she was super drunk, it would often go into a like roughly similar to a dementia episode.
All right.
One of the nights, she was walking around on the street, I think in a nightgown.
Yeah.
And she was like waiting at Olive Garden, like asking if like walking around like she's holding a tray with nothing. Like, oh no, you said you wanted the ranch. Like that's this table. Like you wanted the ranch. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on right now? Like she had this whole thing, and Lee came outside, and I'm like, what's going on? He goes, don't worry about it. She used to wait tables at Olive Garden. I think she still does it. Go back inside, and starts yelling at her. And then I think she didn't go back inside. Like I think either him or one of the neighbors called an ambulance, and they came out and like checked her out. And like
she's trying to bust her tables. Leave her alone.
Yeah, like what is going on here?
Yeah.
But this is also the same. I'm pretty sure I've talked about the Where's Skippy on here before. That's the same lady.
All right.
Of like they used to walk their cats without leashes around the neighborhood, and 99% of the time it went exactly how walking a dog does. Of like it followed them around and then go back in the house.
Yeah.
So semi often, one of them, an orange tabby, would get loose.
Yeah.
Surprise. And they'd go driving around super slow, head hanging out the window. Have you seen Skippy? What? Like the first time it happened, I'm like,
well, cats are independent.
Like, what the fuck is a Skippy? Like the peanut butter? Like, no, like Skippy. Have you seen my Skippy? Like, what the fuck is this? Like, and they never stopped. They just kept like going like 2 miles an hour, like as they're having this conversation, driving down the street to go find Skippy.
That's the thing though, is Skippy is not even a good cat name.
No.
But yeah, cats are independent.
Have you seen Skippy?
It might follow you for a while, but sometimes they're just going to be like, oh, what's that? And go look at it.
Yeah.
Or a squirrel or a cat or a bird or something. They're going to go chase.
Yeah.
That's what cats do.
Skippy. Yeah. The soup, like they were really nice. Yeah. And often this was a great part too, because I used to drink a lot. And she would forget that she bought beer, and she would think that it was Lee's. So she would come knock on my door and be like, hey, do you drink Mickey's? Because there's all these Mickey's in my fridge, and I don't know who put them there, because I'm not letting Lee drink Mickey's, and I definitely don't drink this shit. Which I know it's a lie, because I've seen her drink it in the front yard.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, I'll drink it. I'm like, thank you. And I get like 12 or 16 fucking bottles of Mickey's.
Yeah.
They go put them in the fridge. And then like the next day, I'd see her drinking one.
The Big Mouth?
I think so, yeah.
But that's what I always, when I think of Mickey's, I think of Mickey's Big Mouth.
Yeah. But yeah, like it was funny. It's like, it's sad, but it's funny in a certain way of like, does she think that it's like, she drinks it though?
Yeah.
It's like, what? I don't know. It was weird. Really weird.
Yeah. That is odd. But I can say I've never been out on the street offering people ranch.
That's good.
But I will tell you this.
Now you know what to look forward to in like 30 or 40 years.
When I was working at Buffalo Wild Wings, people would come in on Wing Wednesday or Boneless Tuesday or whatever the fuck the specials were. And they would be, and you get the same people, and they sit down and you see, on Wing Wednesday, we had to charge you extra for your ranch. And I could not go back to the kitchen. They would not give me a ranch to give to you if I didn't have a ticket.
Wow.
I had no control over this. So you're paying 75 cents and you're getting your 6 wings, let's say.
Yeah.
And these people, I need a lot more ranch than that. And I would let them know it's going to be 75 cents each cup. And then,
oh, it's fine. And then when the ticket comes out
like,
for 10 fucking
this?
cups of ranch.
And it's like, but then they would tell me how much they need.
What's all this then?
All this, they need all this ranch. And you got all this fucking ranch sitting there.
And they use one of them.
They 6 wings. And there's all these, when they leave, there's all these cups sitting there still full. I say, what do you possibly need? Are you bathing in the shit?
See, so, like, I'll order a lot of honey mustard, but I use a lot of honey mustard. Well, used to, because I could start making my own, but a lot of honey mustards have a fucking shitload of vegetable oil in it.
Yeah.
So I stopped eating honey mustard.
But it's just there was so much ranch and they barely used any of it. I think some would like 1 cup per wing or something. I don't know.
Well, I mean, you can't mix the flavors. This is the spicy. This is the Asian Zing ranch.
But there would be people who would have 6 medium wings, and you would see where they dipped in 6 different cups. It's all one flavor. They're not.
So
mixing.
they didn't double dip.
They were an Asian, yeah, but
can't double dip, Mike.
They're the same person. It's not like they're sharing the ranch with the person across from, because the person across from has 6 fucking ranches too.
Maybe they got beat as a kid for double dipping, and now they cannot double dip.
But they had a lot of times it wouldn't. There'd just be one. You'd see where they dipped it because you could see the sauce in it, and the others would be clean and pristine, and just not be used. So I think that's why they didn't want to spend 75 cents for it, because they ended up not using it.
Yeah. Well, I can't reuse it for somebody else, so
you're paying.
Still charging you.
I can give you lids for it. You've bought it. You can take it home. Yeah. I don't give a fuck.
Drink it right now. You can't leave the table till you drink that ranch.
Yeah, you can't leave the table till you finish that. I have told this story before, and I'm going to tell it again. It's always a great thing is when somebody goes in there after being in the club all night and they're hammered and they're ordering all this fucking food, and next thing you know, they're asleep at their table and they got all this food sitting in front of them. And then security comes in to try to wake them, because we weren't allowed to try to wake them.
Yeah.
And then they wake up on a gurney on their way to an ambulance.
Didn't even get their food in a to-go box.
No.
Hurry up, box it up, and throw it on top of their fucking stomach.
But they're tied down to it, and they wake up and they're like, "What the fuck is going on?"
Yeah, I remember you telling that.
And I saw one. He woke up as he was going out the door into the hall, out of the street to get on the ambulance. And this was on the side of Koval, right on the side of Then I don't know if I told you about the people who tried to dine and dash. A bunch of kids.
Yeah.
And most of them got away. One tried to go out the emergency exit.
What?
Yeah.
Why?
Because he was trying to run without getting caught, and the people were already at the front door. So he saw that as the only opening.
Okay. But
he didn't know at the time, though, because I was standing on the outside of that door waiting for him to try to go out. Oh, it got better. Police came, and they're like, "All right, where are you at?" And they turns out that they were staying at a hotel nearby.
Wow.
And one of the parents got the hotel room for the kids. And you might not know this, but it is illegal for an adult to get in a hotel for children to drink alcohol in.
Oh, yeah, I was going to say, I'm waiting for the illegal part here. Okay.
I was getting to it, yeah. Yeah, so it caused all sorts of trouble. They got in trouble for dine and dash. They got in trouble because all the people that did allegedly get away did not get away because
they were all in the hotel room.
They were all in the hotel room.
Jesus Christ.
Yes, and it did not work out well for the parent either.
Well, duh.
Yeah.
Contributing to the delinquency of a minor.
And I'm pretty sure.
1, 2, 3, 4.
And some of the other parents of the other kid
probably didn't
know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So that was a fun day.
So what a lot of people don't know, and this is different state to state, and this is not legal advice. However, in the state of Nevada, the last I checked, which definitely was a while ago, because I've been of legal age to drink for a while now.
Yeah.
Is if you are at your house, so like, say I'm 17, growing up,
and your parents,
I'm at my parents' house. I'm legally allowed to drink in my residence
with them. Yeah.
I mean, that's a gray area. Once you turn 18, at my house, at my parents' house, I'm fully legally allowed to drink because I'm an adult
Right.
in my residence, period.
Yeah.
And other 18-year-olds can also drink at that residence because someone who lives there is there.
Yeah.
So as long as you're over 18, it's fine. In Nevada, not legal advice.
Right.
Look it up.
I've never run into that situation, but I do know that there are in some states where you can actually have like a glass of wine at a dinner with your parents in a restaurant.
Yeah.
As long as they okay it. But I also remember there was a time when kids could take a note to a gas station and hand it to the person
and get cigarettes
and get cigarettes
alcohol.
from the parents. Yeah. So
it's weird looking back, like how much I've seen change, and you don't notice it changes till you see like small reminder signs of like one of the IHOPs I used to go to all the time. Of they still have the sign up of the non-smoking section. I'm like, so you have a smoking section? No. I'm like, then take the fucking sign down.
Yeah. When I worked at Carrabba's Italian Grill in Vegas, when I first started there, the bar area was a smoking section, and now there's no smoking at all.
Yeah, like I remember when I was growing up, we'd go to restaurants, and it would be like my dad smoked cigarettes, but he never smoked like while we were around or like in restaurants or anything. But I remember we would go sit wherever, and like it smelled like smoke in a lot of restaurants.
Yeah,
and it just never really like people smoke whatever. Never really thought anything of it until you see a couple of those signs around. It's like, holy shit, that just recently changed.
Years ago, I was in another state and they still had smoking sections. And it was weird to see because I hadn't seen one in so long. Because at that time, I was living here in Nevada and there was no smoking sections anymore. In California, definitely no smoking sections anymore.
Yeah.
So I was in another state. I was like, wow.
California, you're lucky you have breathing sections.
Yeah. Well, they actually have it to where there's a distance in front of the door of an entrance of a place you're not allowed to smoke at.
They have that here too. They have that in Nevada too. It's just not
back when I first heard
enforced.
When I first heard about it back then, I
think it's like 300 feet here.
But I remember also like when they changed it here, like the bars not allowing people to smoke in them. People were so upset. But the thing was, is that when they did it, that the health department enforcing it. And they really have like they can come up to me and give me a ticket and I'll throw it back at them. Because I'm not taking a ticket from the health department, first of all. And the thing was, is all it did was make different bars. I remember I'd go in and they'd hand them a cup instead of an ashtray because they weren't allowed to have ashtrays, but people were just putting out their cigarettes in coffee cups.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. It never stopped anybody.
Well, so what it ended up moving to in Nevada is as long as there's a barrier between the eating area and the smoking area, it's fine because then it's ventilated air and whatever.
Some places that didn't do much food sales, they just got rid of food.
Yeah.
But like Winchell's, they had the whole bar was encased in glass.
What?
There was a bar called Winchell's.
Not the donut place.
Not the donut place.
Okay.
I used to go there quite a bit.
For the donuts?
No, for the Jaeger and the tequila and the beer and sometimes the food. But the whole bar area, like I said, it was like you're in a fishbowl.
Because it was made out of a fucking donut.
It's not a donut place. It was a bar.
You just said it's like a fishbowl, which is round like a donut.
Well, it was like an aquarium because it wasn't round.
And the bar was in the middle?
The bar was in the middle.
So there was a round part around it. And there was a hole in the middle.
It was actually like it was more like an aquarium because it was more rectangle than a round.
I've seen square donuts.
I've seen triangle donuts.
Me too.
But yeah, so.
Well, thanks for ruining that for me.
A lot of the places they wouldn't enforce it. They just hand you something else. They'd hand you like a paper cup with water in it, and you just put your cigarette out in there. Because they didn't want people to, get up from the machines. They want people to keep playing. But now I was just reading how they're talking about banning smoking in casinos in the state of Nevada.
All?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah, some people are not real happy with that.
That's good. They better start the fucking lottery here because that's going to take away a lot of fucking gamblers.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Make people have to go outside to smoke, and are they gonna want to go back to that machine again?
Nope.
No. Yeah.
Nope.
They can always have smoking and non-smoking gambling areas, I guess.
A lot of them do.
Yeah.
But they're like, if you ever walked into a Dottie's is a smoking casino, and they're fucking small.
Yeah.
but if you've ever walked into a Dottie's that's been there for longer than 3 months, it smells like a wet ashtray.
Yeah, I've been in a Dottie's once.
They all smell the same.
Yeah.
Smells like a wet ashtray. But the smoking and non-smoking sections are often like 30 feet apart. Like, you can still smell it.
Yeah.
Like, it's not, you're not getting smoke blown in your face from the guy sitting next to you, but you can still fucking smell
There was
it.
a guy I knew, he used to carry a fan. Like, if somebody was smoking next to him, he'd turn the fan so it'd blow the smoke away from him.
That's smart.
He used to piss people off doing that, though.
Well,
He was a regular. He was there almost every day. So we weren't going to complain to him.
I mean, that's smart. Instead of just bitching and whining like he did something about it.
I've told this story before. I was in a food court, and I walked over to what was the smoking section. They don't have a smoking section anymore, but I'm walking in, and I get to the smoke. I have this. I'm pulling the cigarette out, getting it, haven't put it in my mouth yet. I walk into the smoking section, put it in my mouth. I go to light it. Woman comes walking beside me. And as soon as I'm lighting it, like this fake cough, like
Yeah.
the thing that I'm just lighting right now, which hasn't even let any smoke out yet, is causing her to cough.
Yeah.
So I just looked at her, and of course I said, "You should probably get that checked." And I just kept walking. She didn't like that.
Well, she'll get over it.
Yeah.
Or she won't. And
or maybe she's dead. Who knows?
okay, that's a bright note to end on. We'll talk to you next week. Goodbye.